Okay. Hopefully I'm live this time. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully it's more stable. I'm not getting any signals that it's bad this time. Oh, Lordy. The frustrations. Let's see if anybody will get in here. See if anybody will follow me over to this. Well, I'm waiting on somebody to jump in, but I don't know. Maybe it's screwed up again. Oh, here comes some people. All right, let's see. Yep. Okay. I don't know if we can get some people in the chat. We'll see what's going on this morning. I see some people coming in, but don't see anybody chatting yet. Nobody ready to hit the keyboard. Yeah, I don't know how good my. There we go. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Jamie. I'm glad to see you in here this morning. Oh, me. I guess everybody's thinking about that. Well, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah. How's everybody after that dust up of Ukraine and everything? I think Ukraine right now is pretty evil, or at least Zelensky is. That little sucker is trying to he's trying to suck more money out of the U.S. and he doesn't want peace. He wants to keep fighting. He's a power hungry sob in my opinion, and he thinks he can just keep getting money. Yeah. Good morning, Cornelius. How are you? Yeah. Yeah, I'm afraid he just wants to keep getting money from the US. He's got it, you know, he's gotten billions of dollars. We have no accountability of anything, what he's doing with it. I mean, it's already been proven in some cases that, they've misused the funds. And he keeps thinking we're just going to keep opening up the bank accounts and keep writing checks to them. They got a new sheriff in town now. He's not going to do that anymore. And I'm all behind that. That little sucker doesn't want peace. He wants to keep fighting a war. I mean, he's not out there with his gun. He's not the one doing it. His people, his country is getting annihilated, and he's out there fighting, and he's getting the snot beat out of him, and he continues on like he's winning or something, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I mean, Trump's getting ready to put a peace agreement on the table and get a way for them, have a way for them to pay us back some of the billions of dollars that our taxpayers have spent on that little sucker. And then he's filtered money back to his cronies and everything else. There's been money passed hands. I mean, if we could trace that money, Elon is in there right now trying to trace the money, trying to figure out how our tax money's been spent, and all he's doing is getting grief from the Democrats. They're giving him grief because he's telling everybody how our money has been stolen from us, how it's been manipulated, and they're trying to kill the messenger. I saw Elon on Joe Rogan's podcast, and there's been a lot of death threats to him. I mean, he's having to hire his own security to keep people off of him right now, and that's a crying shame. The man is trying to help clean up our government, and he's doing a hell of a job. And then we get that crap, and then we get these little suckers like this guy from Ukraine coming in, and I don't like it one bit. I know it. and Trump helped him the first time, and Obama gave him blankets, and then finally Trump gave him some missiles and a few things to kind of help combat that and kind of fight back Putin a little bit. But it's crazy. Yep, I'm all for the USA. Let's go big USA. It's USA time. It's not Ukraine time. It's not a time to say I stand with Ukraine. It's a time to say I stand with the USA. Oh, you were at. So did you get you some chicken parmesan last night, Joey? That's a good restaurant. That's a good restaurant that you and Mike took me to. Steak. Oh, okay. Yeah, JD Vance he's a very sharp guy. I'm glad we got him as VP. I'm glad we got him as VP. These commentators, they can't do anything with JD Vance. He eats their they better be packing their lunch when they come talking to JD Vance. I mean, he's something else. He's doing a great job, and I like him. He'll make a good president after Trump's gone. I'm all for JD Vance. He's already shown his strength, and he's already shown his allegiance to wanting the U.S. to be on the right path too. Yeah. Well, Joey, have you done anything with your CDLs yet? Everybody had to congratulate Joey. He got his CDL Class A license, I believe, and so he's happy with that. Maybe he'll be able to go on up and get him a little bit better job if he wants to. I don't know how he likes what he's got, so I better not say that. But it's always good to improve your status. It's always good to do that. But I hope everybody is having a good week. I've got a busy week ahead of me. I've got a little bit of a cold. You have to put up with me wiping my nose here. Better me wiping a nose than having a messy nose. So, but yeah, I tell you what, it aggravates me when you see a world leader. All the rest of them are kind of staying in place. Now I see that Europe is jumping up and giving them some money, which is good. Europe, you got more to lose than we do. Yeah, I'm pretty busy. I'm going to be on the air at noon today. I'm going to be doing that. I've got a busy week ahead of me for a lot of different things in the shop, and a lot of our DJs are down at the beach doing what they call a DJ throwdown. And so we've got a lot of our regulars that have regular shows. They've asked me to substitute for them. So I worked yesterday. I worked, let's see, did I work Friday? Can't remember. I worked Wednesday and Thursday this past week. Then I worked Saturday, and I got to work today and then tomorrow, and then Wednesday again, and then Friday and Saturday this coming week. So I've got my hands full with DJing, enough that I don't need to do any more. That's for sure. I got enough DJing to do, and it's fun and relaxing. I enjoy doing it. It kind of keeps me sharp, and that's one thing I like to do is it keeps you on your toes. That's right. There's a big ocean between us and Russia, and they're next door to Ukraine. So Ukraine, you got to watch them. We need to stay on this side and manage Mexico and Canada. And so far, we've done pretty good at that. Trump has come in. I tell you what, I mean, I am so impressed with the way they have shut the border down. I mean, anybody that's an American ought to be very, very, very thankful how quickly that Trump shut the border down. Period. I mean, that is impressive to get it from millions crossing over to zero almost. I mean, it's like 96% secure right now. And that's impressive to do it in that short of a time. That goes to show you we had the resources already. Biden had the resources right in place. He just didn't want to implement it. He didn't want to stop it. He wanted them to come through, which is so bizarre. Why anybody wanted to let our borders get corrupted like that? And we got all these people in here unvetted, unvaxxed. If they had diseases, they're bringing them in. If they had problems, they're bringing them in. Whatever they brought in, we got now, and that's so bizarre. So it's crazy. So I'm glad that we have stopped what they've stopped, and now hopefully we can get back to normal and get this country turned around and everything. Elon's up there cleaning up the USAID, cleaning up the Treasury Department, cleaning up the Education Department. We had so much corruption up there, and these Democrats are jumping up and down. Oh no, they're getting rid of jobs. Sure, they're getting rid of jobs that were not. Nobody was there. They weren't showing up anyway. All they were doing was sitting on the beach collecting a check. They can't even answer an email that says, "What were the last 5 things you did?" Oh no, the liberals are never going to be happy. They are never going to be happy. I mean, it's pathetic. It is pathetic. I have to keep lubricating the old throat here. I've been under the weather a little bit. I had a little bit of congestion, and so my old nose itchy here. Hey, Walter. I know it, and I'm proud of that. And they ought to get back pay for it too. They ought to get back pay. Those soldiers that got axed because of that was crazy. Yeah, I got to take care of the old pipes here. I got to be able to talk on the air a little bit and things like that, and talk here so everybody can understand me here. Is the signal okay here coming from my house? I always worry about this signal coming from the house. Can you see me and hear me just fine? Yeah. I wish I made dollars. Looking good. Okay, that's great, Walter. Thank you. I had a weak signal. I had to sign back on a while ago. The earlier the signal was weak. I have a wireless system down here, and it comes wireless directly from the tower over at Verizon's tower that's near me. So I have that up at the office up here at the shop. I have Spectrum, which is a little bit stronger. Yeah. I don't know if I got a face for TV. Me. Oh yeah, you talking about? I think he did one for Phil Combs. Yeah, now Phil Combs is just. I think Stapleton went over there to Phil Combs' shop, if that's what you're talking about. I saw that on Facebook that he was going to be over there interviewing Phil Combs, who is a friend of mine. I know Phil personally, and Phil used to be a FedEx guy. He worked for FedEx Express for about 30 something years, and his brother Roby was a friend of mine back when I was a teenager, and his father used to be a flagman for NASCAR. Roby Combs Sr. was a flagman for NASCAR for many years. So it is He's big. He's big into memorabilia of the racing stuff. You were at the race yesterday, really? Now, which one was it? The Ohio race yesterday? Is that the one it was? Oh, at that one at Hickory. Oh, okay. That racetrack. Okay, I thought you meant. I thought you were talking about the Infinity race. Yeah, the Hickory race. Yeah, yeah, that's right. You're a North Carolina boy. Yeah, the Hickory Speedway just right up the road from me. I've been up to the Hickory Speedway several times. I saw Dale Jr. and Kelly race up there when they were young. I went up there one time. My son and I we went up there and Kelly was racing her and Dale Jr. They both had a race car out there, and they were sponsored by Mom and Pop's Steakhouse. I remember that. And Dale Senior had something he had some stuff on that too, and I think that and they had Hardee's and everything. So it's yeah, that's a good old favorite hometown racetrack. Harry Gant raced up there. Uh, well, I mean, a lot of them cut their teeth up there at the Hickory Motor Speedway, and even NASCAR used to be up there. I mean, up there with the Infinity Series, or we used to call it the Bush. It was the Bush Series or the Late Model Series or whatever they used to call it up there. Oh me! But I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody. Oh, did he? Your grandpa worked for Harry Gant. I actually ran into Harry Gant about 2 months ago. I was at the steakhouse up there. My wife and Harry came over and him and his wife sat right across from us, and I got up and spoke with him as I was leaving and everything, and told him how much I appreciated him as a driver. Real nice guy. He still looks good, still looks healthy looking. And Harry Gant is probably about 85, 86 years old, something like that. No, he didn't age. He looks good. Yeah, he really does. Yeah, I've used the new mulcher several times. I haven't used it in the last few months because I haven't really been getting out there and doing any of that. I'm gonna have to be getting back at it because we got a lot of debris down and everything. I'm kind of waiting for the weather to break and get get some stuff done. But yeah, it's so loud and noisy that you really don't want to do a video with. If you did, and your cameras, you better have them a good piece of way because the way it slings mulch, it'll tear a camera all to pieces. You better not have a camera too close by because if you do, it's gonna you like the likelihood of hitting the camera is a pretty much it's almost a given. So I mean, you could have it inside the cab with you and that sort of stuff, but it's noisy. I had to wear my headset and everything else. It's a noisy situation when you're using that mulcher because it does some violent stuff, and you better be prepared for that thing. I hope I don't ever shatter the glass on my skid steer. I always try to kind of go at it at an angle that is throwing it forward, not having a chance to come back on me. But if it does, I'll have to get me one of those unbreakable glasses. I got one on my excavator. Me and Jim built one because I've got a mulcher for the excavator too, and I had no protection whatsoever. And I said, "Oh, this is getting dangerous here." So I put a big protective glass in front of me, so if it comes right back at me, and it will hit that. But it's you have to be careful with those things. I mean, it could throw a stick back at you and it'd be like a missile going right through you. So it's something to think about. It is definitely something to think about because those things are violent. They do the stuff. They really do. What have y'all guys got on your mind? I've been trying to absorb all this, what's going on in the nation right now. It's just, it is what it is. You got the liberals that they want to make us feel ashamed that we don't like Zelensky, and I'm not going to feel ashamed of that. It is a 60. It's a 60-inch wide, I believe it is, 60 or 72. It may be 72. Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about. Zelensky, I'm glad he got his butt out of there. I mean, that guy came with a plan. He came to look. I mean, he dressed the way that he wanted to dress. He didn't come in a suit and tie or anything like a lot of people do when they're negotiating. And the world leaders always kind of dress up a little bit. He came to look like he was a warrior, and he's wanting to fight for this, and he wanted to give a message. He wanted pity from the Americans, and he had his hand out. He's like, "Give me more money. I want more money." That's what it was. That's all it was. It wasn't, "Here, we're going to try to negotiate and give you peace." He didn't want peace. He didn't want it to stop. I mean, that shows you right there. He's a warmonger because he didn't want to even come close to wanting to stop the war. He wants to continue on with the war, and he wants to keep on draining our pockets to help fight his war. And I say, no, stop. You stop. Let's stop right now. Let Europe do it. Hey, and if they get into NATO countries, then we'll step in. They're not into NATO countries right now. Ukraine's the buffer for us. And if Russia wants to keep on fighting, so be it then. They let them all fight if that's what Zelensky thinks. But if you read the news reports, they're trying to impeach him in his own country. Zelensky, there's a movement to impeach Zelensky in his own country. Yeah. He's wanting to get rich off things. And he had his buddy Biden where, they've been buddy with for years. I mean, that's where Hunter Biden got his big money, was from Burisma or whatever it is, Burisma, the oil company over there. They were corrupt. And so Ukraine has been corrupt for years. And, these people are trying to, I mean, the poor people of Ukraine, the citizens of Ukraine, I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for them because they've got that idiot as a leader right now. And he doesn't want peace. He just wants a piece of our pocket. There's a difference between peace and saying, I want a piece of your money. I want you to help back me. I'm all for cutting him off. I'm all for cutting him off completely and say, hey, we're not sending you any more aid. If you're not going to come to the bargaining table, if you're not going to try to come for a peace agreement, have at it for yourself. We're offering you an opportunity to have peace, and you want to keep fighting. You want to keep killing people, and that's stupid. That is so stupid. Oh yeah. Well, they're trying to impeach him right now. I mean, I don't know what else you say about that. It's something. Yep, it is something. Well, guys, I've been on here about 25 minutes. I've got a lot to do today as far as DJing and everything. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the air right now because I got a lot of stuff to do in just a little bit. I got to go up to the studio and arrange a few things. So I'm going to cut this one short. You guys know where I stand on all this stuff. Y'all keep fighting. I'm for the USA. We'll talk to you later. See you guys. 12 noon today. 12 noon today. That's when I start. 12 to 3. See ya.